I spoke to the manager today, and the manager did confirm that she is no longer working there. She is no longer employed there in his work. The Cabo Six have been sent into an absolute panic with the latest development in the Shanquella Robinson saga, and for good reason. A lot has been going on behind the scenes, and people haven't really known about it. So here today, we will break down just what has happened and why the case could now be closer to being solved than ever before. Alice Hyatt, one of the friends that traveled with Shanquella Robinson to Cabo, has confirmed to have been fired from her Jenna after recent developments. Why would she be fired from her job if she was innocent? Is it possible that her manager has managed to find something about her that even the police couldn't? Something damning? We do not yet have the clear full picture, but it certainly seems like the manager does not want anything to do with Alice Hyatt, and for good reason, considering the negativity surrounding his former employee. Thank you for calling IORA. How can I help you? Yes, I was calling to speak to Elise. She's no longer employed here. Man, who am I speaking with? The manager. Okay, are you going to issue, like, a public statement announcing this? That's all the info that I can give up as now, and yet she is no longer employed here? Okay, so I appreciate it. Alice Hyatt lives in Winston-Salem, which is located in Forsyth County, North Carolina. She is a North Carolinian who has lived in both High Point and Winston-Salem. And at King Davis and Andrew Arthur Hyatt have a daughter named Andrea Arthur Hyatt. Her sister Andrea is a police officer in Greensboro, Guilford County, North Carolina. She started working there in 2011. Her stepbrother, Kevin Lashen Davis, passed away on September 23, 2014 at the age of 26. The 2018 Winston-Salem State University grad, Shanquella Brenda Robinson, was younger by 2 years. Supposedly, she and Robinson and 5 other friends traveled to Cabo San Lucas in the Mexican state of Baja California, Sur, on October 28, 2022. Sadly, her sister Anita was also murdered in High Point on the same day that Robinson was discovered dead in a room at the Fundadores Beach Club in San Jose del Cabo, California. Sir Robinson's death came when she was 27 years old. After Robinson passed away, she removed all traces of her online presence, including her LinkedIn profile, which had listed her as a certified nursing assistant at High Points. Penny BN at Merrifield. There was a video of a woman attacking Robinson in a home hotel room that went viral on November 15, 2022. She and the other witnesses are suspected of filming the assault without stopping it or stopping the leak. Even on her 26th birthday, 10 weeks after Charlotte Brader Shanquella Robinson, 25, died in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, her family is still searching for answers. Sunday, Robinson's loved ones gathered at her grave to celebrate her life and memory by releasing balloons and gathering around the grave. She's smiling down on us, her mother, Salamander Robinson, told the Charlotte Observer. We have good days and bad days, but we're out here to celebrate. Mario Black, an organizer with the Million Youth March of Charlotte in Salisbury, said that while Robinson's family and friends are remembering her and her past birthdays, they are still waiting for updates on her case. Our hope is just as Black told WFAE, and this is one way of keeping it going, keeping it alive to let them know that we haven't forgotten. We're not going to let up until justice is served. Robinson was allegedly found unresponsive on October 29 at Villa Linda, 32 in Cabo. Someone in the group dialed 911, and the concierge quickly dispatched a doctor who performed CPR on Shanquella but was unable to save her life. At 3:00 p.m., less than 15 minutes later, she was pronounced dead, as reported by Queen City News. However, Salamander claims that Robinson's friends came back from Mexico without her and had different stories about how she passed away. They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning, Salamander said. They couldn't get a pulse. Each one of the people that were there with her was telling different stories. Queen City News reports that the U.S. State Department initially said there was no solid evidence to support the idea that Robinson had been murdered. After obtaining a copy of Robinson's death certificate, Salamandra discovered that the official cause of death was not alcohol poisoning, but rather a severe spinal cord injury. And Atlas flexation video of a fight between two women, one of whom was later identified by her family as Robinson, went viral on social media, generating widespread interest in the case. The video shows a naked woman getting punched and kicked, while at least two other people can be heard cheering her on. From the background, woman is thrown to the ground hard, and it doesn't appear that anyone is trying to help her. Several friends whose presence on the Cabo trip was confirmed by Queen City News have since deleted or made their social media profiles private. A homicide investigation has been opened in Mexico. The Associated Press reports that as of November 25, Mexican authorities were seeking the extradition of a female suspect in the case for which charges had already been filed. However, Robinson's family says they haven't heard anything new from American authorities, and there have been no reported arrests. According to local prosecutor Antonio Lopez Rodriguez, the incident is being investigated as a possible murder and an arrest warrant has been issued. However, after Robinson's behalf was discovered in the rented villa, the group quickly departed. Mexico State Prosecutor Daniel de la Rosa Anian did not reveal the suspect's identity beyond saying she was also an American. It appears that extradition in this case may be difficult. A U.S. citizen whom Mexican authorities say is responsible for the mysterious death of a tourist in Cabo has been extradited to Mexico. Although the extradition of a U.S. citizen from the United States is unusual, experts say it is not unprecedented. This practice, of course, raises a question of whether we as citizens have the right not to be seized and forcibly removed from the U.S. in order to be put on trial and possibly jailed on criminal charges in another country. John Perry, a law professor at Lewis and Clark Law School who has studied international extradition, told Insider, despite the absence of any such requirement from international law, the United States and Mexico have an extradition treaty that has been in effect for decades and is generally honored by both parties. When asked if the United States would have much of a choice in whether or not to extradite the Grant Will of the Arizona firm Rawls and Will said it might not. Lawyers at Rawls and Will, who specialize in international extradition cases, told Insider that their firm has only ever dealt with one extradition case involving an American citizen from the United States to Mexico. The move is obviously a dramatic step, as Perry put it to Insider. However, there is an example of this happening before former Survivor producer and U.S. citizen Bruce Beresford Redmond was also extradited to Mexico in 2012 to face charges related to the murder of his wife in Cancun. In 2010, Beresford Redmond was found guilty in a Mexican court and spent 7.5 years in a Mexican prison before being